What up, what up? It's your boy Joey Meatball. Do a quick sound check. Everything should be A-OK. The desktop audio, which is the video audio, and the mic audio should be 100%.
Their houses are built on lies. They take your money and sell you the rest.
What up, what up? We are back. We are back.
They turn a profit by sending you off to
I fell out on you guys, man.
when they say you get
Passed out. A lot goes into these things. It might look like it's off the cuff, but
when they say you can change the
can you guys hear my mic all right?
system,
Everything looks good over here.
they were never on your side. They were never on your side.
Everything looks good.
When they said they could be trusted, they
Made a couple little changes to the desktop and everything, which always causes some problems. What up, Melanistic in the chat? I hope you stick around. I hope you have time on your holiday weekend. We have some things for Melanistic. Check it out. I don't expect a whole bunch of guests today, as it is a holiday weekend for friends and family gathering. Another puppet holiday. They give you the one day a year, and you should be thankful. Happy birthday to the United States. Still the greatest country in the world. Definitely needs some work. Needs some improvement. I think personally that we've been abandoned and left to fend for ourselves while we're being plundered. I don't know how you could come up with any other conclusion if you spend as much time paying attention as I do. I don't know. I don't see how you could come up with any other conclusion, but that's how I see it from my perspective. We will get this out of the way, that this, for all intents and purposes, is for entertainment purposes only. Everything therefore mentioned after this is alleged. Not that there's shouldn't be any legal consequences to these, but you never know. You never know these days. Also have to mention, I would never harm myself or others here on PSY-OP News. We are just asking questions. We're just asking questions. Shout out to Melanistic in the chat. Hear you fine. You got an hour? Well, we're going to hit you right here at the top of the show. Basement cleaning coming up later. Fun. I mean, the outcome is, man, you'll be super... Oh, shit. How do we stop it? I didn't intend for this to play. Simmer down over there, Teddy. Teddy Swims. You don't get no playtime over here. We just wanted our boy XL. I call him XL for short. Lance, X-Luminant. We're not giving anybody any free airtime over here. Basement cleaning, man. I'm telling you, when you're done, you're going to be super, super satisfied. Sorry, sis, I didn't get a chance to listen to that before clicking the live broadcast. But I do have a show put together for you guys. We're going to try to get through these things. I know folks got places to be, things to do here on this American holiday, 4th of July, the 250th birthday of this nation. That is alarming to me. I know it probably isn't alarming to most folks, but when you look into things, it seems when you look back in history that different nations have a set amount of time to reign, and then it's somebody else's turn. I thought it was going to be the Chinese, but our greatest ally in the Middle East is the next runner-up, it appears. We won't get into any of that. Let me try to stick to my notes and not get into rambling. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to my OnlyFans. That's where you're going to get the latest and greatest updates. Last I knew, I am not able to post links in the description, but I think on the last live where I didn't make it, where I fell asleep, it looked like it gave me the option. So we'll see after we post this if they've taken me off a restriction, if they've given me my spanking. YouTube gods we're talking about, and any other folks who are, trying to cause attack to the channel. We don't know. We're not going to imply anything that we don't know for sure. It just seemed like the timing. Never had an issue prior to that. But anyway, can't post links. We'll double check that. If anyone is interested in any of the video links today, just comment after we post the live, and I'll post it to the comments or the chat here. Melanistic talking about her basement kitten. Onick DK. You can loop the video so it doesn't play another video after it ends. Yeah, man, I'm very familiar with the ins and outs of YouTube. I am unapologetically a YouTube addict. There are worse things in the world. We're going to try out our soundboard. In case anybody does join us that wants to get live, I have added some updated sounds to the soundboard. I don't know how I'm going to apply these sounds because I did it the other day, and now I sat down. I'm like, I don't know what I was thinking that day, but here they are. Whatever I expected to apply this to. Sorry, damn. Hopefully no kitties in the listening, but we got DK is your oldest. Oh, what up, what up? That was the car crash I was waiting for. This is, I guess, when you're just showing up to the chat and saying you're wrong and not explaining yourself. That's what that was for. And the busy signal, because I did expect some callers. That's what you're going to hear when we unintentionally drop the line when you're being obnoxious. So that's why we put that in. So if you don't see this, you're not going to know. Moving forward, what do we got? Soundboard. We're going to wrap this thing up on how I could admit when I get it wrong. We have that at the top of the show for a reason, because I can admit when I am wrong on something, I will admit it. And I was wrong. If you saw the thumbnail, I was wrong. And I would like to admit that I was wrong here at the top of the show. Let me get this off the screen real quick first before we jump over. I didn't realize I was showing you guys just a small screen there. Where are we starting off? I was wrong. Daisy, I apologize. I was absolutely wrong about Daisy. I thought it was some op in the Discord that was trying to get at me, and I was like, you and Fed Smoker are ops. Daisy reached out to me. She is 100% authentic. Oh, we're jumping ahead. That's Melanistic. I think I have a clip of Daisy's. Yeah, you know what? I should pull that up. We'll pull up a screenshot of Daisy reaching out to me and saying, hey, I think you got this wrong in your video. I am authentic. I won't share all of it, but it was that simple. That's the only reason I wanted to share it, is because it's so simple to just reach out and be like, hey, I think you got this wrong. And I'm like, if I'm wrong, I can admit when I'm wrong. So I told her that I would correct that mistake at the top of the show. You don't even have to go any further. You don't have to watch the entire show. Right here. Let me look, make sure we're zoomed in here. Let's zoom in. Daisy, hey, someone sent over your video. Not sure. Are you kidding me? Did I get the wrong screenshot? of shit. Is this the wrong one? Man, get it together, Joey. Joey, get it. Say, Joey, get it together. Oh, right here. I'll correct my mistake. It's that simple. Hey, damn it. Hey, someone sent over a video of yours with a part where you're calling me fake, or maybe you should think, or maybe you think this is a fake account. Not sure, and it's not really a big deal, but I've spent a lot of time distancing myself from the old mods after what they did to me. RBP, which is Real Baron Podcast, is not affiliated with them. I'm not affiliated with them, and neither is the server. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer them. But otherwise, I'd kindly ask to be left out of those things, especially since you and I have never spoken. You will see directly below I say, I apologize. I will correct the mistake. Thank you for reaching out. And that is the end of, I think it was the end of our correspondence. Oh no, I think there was one other one, but shit. But I was wrong, and it is that simple to correct an issue when you're wrong. Shout out to Daisy, shout out to Real Baron Podcast, doing actual amazing things over there in an effort to find out who killed Charlie Kirk, how, and why. That's what I signed up for, not all of this nonsense that we are going to put behind us today, once and for all, ladies and gentlemen. So, I was wrong. I can admit when I was wrong. Moving forward, Melanistic Burger. You were one of many commentators that gave something back and genuinely cared. Kudos to you for speaking up and not being bogged down by others. You are the kind of people needed to finish this investigation by way of info or just opinion. It matters. Shout out to Melanistic Burger. Thank you for that comment. Looks like at Joey, you were one of many. Oh, we already addressed that. I had, the first comment under the last live that I did do. Melanistic says, I had to look too. Never was a mod, but heavens be, you couldn't say anything without being attacked, and that got my ire up. LOL. Glad I never was a part of any of that. No Discord, no clue. Oh shit, I didn't click to read more. But anyways, you can see that comment underneath my last live. Shout out to Melanistic, and I know there are several other people who have this same sentiment that didn't want to be mentioned, and there's no reason to mention because they haven't had any involvement, and I respect their wishes. However, this is an ongoing sentiment. You know, if you were involved in Coach Collins' live chats, you know, we had such an excellent thing going on there before all of this transpired. And if you look at my first live, all I did was ask if, look at the title, are mods intentionally dividing the community? And this being, I think, my third video on it, I think it's safe to finally answer that question with yes. Yes, mods are intentionally dividing the community, and I'm not just saying that. I can show you if you just look at my last the live chat in my last video. I've never gone to someone else's video or live chat, especially anyone in this community, and left negative comments. No one affiliated with me has ever gone in a live chat of someone else's in a group setting and just attacked the creator. I've never been involved with that. I don't see that occurring a whole bunch of other places that I get involved with, except for with this crowd. So I think that everything that's been shown, it's safe to anyone with eyeballs to say, yeah, Yes, mods are intentionally dividing the community, and forgive me for having eyeballs and seeing it, and forgive me for having, the wherewithal to speak up about the fact that it is a problem. Again, at the top, we always say I don't particularly have an issue with the creators involved or the creators that you see on the thumbnail, except for the fact that this is their camp and that they're allowing it, not only allowing it, but co-signing it. And yes, they showed up in my chat to defend their moderator. I think it's weird that everybody's channel has all the same moderator, and that your moderator has this takedown team out terrorizing other people's channels and shit. I think that that's weird, and I called it out. And instead of resolving it, all of those people involved just showed their true colors. They came out to defend ANCA. We haven't even, I've never communicated directly with ANCA since then. All these other creators reached out to me. I didn't say to any of these folks that, hey, I can't work with you unless ANCA apologizes. No, that's ANCA doing that. We've showed the screenshots. If you need me to jump back over here, we'll do. Well, that's what we'll do. We'll keep moving on, showing that these creators have written that, hey, our moderator feels slighted by you pointing out that she has a little, what we call the little lady mafia or mob, little lady mob, going around and terrorizing people if they don't agree with them. That's not what I signed up for, and if it were people in my camp that were going and doing that on channels that I say that I'm cool with, I would absolutely address the people in my camp that are doing that. I wouldn't show up in their chat to defend my moderator who's causing problems. I would address my camp and make sure that they're not doing that to people who I say that I'm cool with. So I still don't know what I'm supposed to be apologizing to ANCA for. I do apologize to Daisy for misrepresenting her. And Fed Smoker, or Flecka Smoker, I call her, if you guys know who Fed Smoker is, way fucking hilarious. But Flecka Smoker, I haven't heard from that entity. But Daisy did reach out, did clear things up, and I do apologize to Daisy. If I get something wrong, I'll correct it. But I was pretty sure I had these things in an order here. Oh, these are screenshots of my last live. These are the folks associated with those channels that are here in my live defending ANCA being hostile to another creator. If those people were in my camp, I would have addressed it literally months ago. But instead, those folks chose to come to me and say, hey, you got to apologize to our mod or you can't be part of our community. And I say to that, you can suck ANCA's dick. I am good with all that. I stand on it. I'm going to keep standing on it. And my group, my following, people who do choose to be part of my camp will know that I don't tolerate that sort of nonsense. You're going to get nothing but truth from me, regardless of who it offends. And I'm not going to be a part of a group that is going to try to coerce me to blow their moderator. I can't do that. So, apologies to Daisy. If I do hear from Fed Smoker, we'll apologize if I got that wrong. Somehow I have a feeling when they set up the RBP fan page, it was in an effort to be a part of whatever these folks are intending, but it's nefarious no matter what. I said in one of my videos that I can tell what type of tree it is by the fruit that it bears. And when I look at this camp, what they're doing in the chat around these channels, they're not growing apples, I'll tell you that. It has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. It only has to do with growing whatever little organization that they have going on. And I've only seen negativity come out of it. I've only seen drama come out of it. That's all I've seen. You know, this little mob mentality behavior. So, yes, I have eyeballs. I have a voice. I'll call it out. If they're butthurt about it, it's only because I'm calling it out. That's the response you would expect to get. And all these people don't realize that I called out this behavior. They reacted as expected, as the mob would, which you can see on the screen. I don't know if I need to zoom in any further for you. But yes, you're doing literally what I described. And yes, it's an issue. I've never seen anyone who was in the wrong just admit, I mean, sure I have, but admit that they were wrong and just stop doing it. Of course, they're going to make a bunch of noise and squirm around and try to protect themselves. But what you're doing is wrong. Flat out. What you're doing is wrong. And I'm calling it out, and you're upset about it. I forgot to mention at the top of the show that everything is rated R for retarded. We do have a new sponsor, Ricola, where their theme is retarded. That was gay. I'm sorry. Borderline artistic, anti-symmetric. Yeah, crashing out in my chat, you know, over being wrong and being called out for it. But yeah, everybody who came out to defend ANCA, who felt slighted for being called out, all you guys have done is highlight everything that I said in my first live for anyone who's watching to see everyone that's involved in how they operate. That's all you've done is prove everything that I said in my first video. And I think it's silly that we're still addressing it. This is the last video where I will address it. I'm going to change the title from "Our Mods Intentionally Dividing the Community." It's going to be changed to "Mods Are Definitely Fucking Intentionally Dividing the Community." I don't know how you could say that you're not after everything that gets put on the screen. But anyway, this is the third video, and you guys are still just show up and say, you're wrong. You got it wrong. How is this? I didn't do anything wrong to that lady, and they want me to show up and apologize, or I can't be part of the group. That's wrong. What you're doing is wrong. I would never ask you to do that. Admitting that someone else has caused an issue for you. But if you want to hang out with me and be part of my crew, you got to apologize to the person that did it to you. You guys are crazy. There's no way for you to defend it except for sending Savage Bunny over here and whoever else. Jump in, stay a while. All these people who clearly are part of your apparatus, and then they mention like, oh, you have your sister in the chat. You got this. You guys are mobbing over here on my channel to defend your moderator, which has nothing to do with the creators of those channels, which is the craziest part. That's the craziest part. You guys are an entity of your own, which was my whole point. And I hope that this video reaches the right people. Very new creators that get into the space and get enthused by a couple of other creators that want to work with them, but you got to have the same mod at us and you got to polish her off. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are the problem. You guys are the problem. And you can't see it. Nobody ever admits to being the problem. But you're literally everything that's wrong. This right here is literally every single thing that's wrong with society. And that I hope you can see my cursor on the screen. I'm circling around the right side of the thumbnail on the screen, pointing. There's an arrow pointing at one eyeball, and you have a hand covering the other eyeball. If you don't understand this symbolism, I'm not going to sit here and explain it to you. I feel bad for these creators who have fallen susceptible to this control mechanism right here, because that's exactly what it is. You will not have free will to say what you want and how you feel and be a free entity, especially when you guys all have the same moderator across all of your channels. That makes you guys all one entity, which is what I said in my original video. And with with your moderator having an avatar like this, it calls into question exactly what your goal is in this whole thing. I got hoodwinked. Says it right there. I got hoodwinked. I can admit that too. I got hoodwinked. I got played. But it's driven me to separate myself, start by standing up to this nonsense. I'll pave my own way, get my own community, do my own thing. That's not an issue. I don't care about the clicks and the likes and I don't care about all that. I care about who killed Charlie Kirk, how, and why, because it has a profound impact on the society today and the society that the following generations are going to be left with this tech monopoly and whatever the hell they're putting under the White House. You guys are out here attacking people who are on the same team, and I have to spell it out for you why that's a fucking problem. So we're not only not on the same team, we're really not on the same intelligence level. If you can't understand why this is a problem, then we're totally not even on the same playing field. I wrote that this is a hot button issue. It's really not. We have answered the question, are mods intentionally dividing the community? That's been the outcome. That's been the outcome. That's the only thing that I've seen is drama and destruction out of this. I haven't seen anything positive come out of this. So forgive me for that being my perception. Cry me a river in the comments if that somehow offends you or upsets you. If reality is a problem for you, air it out in the comments. I was going to say we should poll the audience. If we had a decent turnout, we should poll the audience to see how many of them that are squawking in the chat. Find out how many of them know how to cook. That was a little misogyny joke for you guys. See how many have blue hair and how many can cook. But anyway, the irony is lost on them anyways, that they're here defending ANCA in droves, like being the little mob that I described. If you go back to my last live, you can see it in the chat live, them literally doing what I accused them of. But it's lost on them. It is literally lost on them. But moving on. I'm not saying that it's some clandestine operation, but like I said, it sure as hell ain't no apple tree. And I'll show you, put back on the screen, Exhibit A. It damn sure ain't no apple tree. These are the people, and I do have a clip showing that the actual creators, undebunked ex-Luminant fleet, they showed up because they had to give their pound of flesh, because ANCA made them show up to this live to defend her, and their comments were very mild, which led me to believe like they don't want to be doing this. It's literally their moderator and her little mafia that are forcing them to do this. And I feel bad. I feel bad that you got yourself tied into that nonsense. And the whole point of this video is to prevent people who come behind us from getting caught up in the same nonsense, from getting caught up as a new creator with ANCA and the people that we now know are there as the gatekeepers to catch you on your way up and make promises to you and all of that and get you in the little club where they can control your rhetoric. And this is literally how it happens. And if you don't go along, they'll attack your channel. They will absolutely attack your channel if you don't go along, which isn't a surprise to anyone. Most people aren't willing to get in the mud and roll around with these people. I am. I'm happy to do it. Only because I was on this path, worried about who killed Charlie Kirk, how and why, and you dummies have derailed that progress. So now we're talking about you. This is the last time we're going to talk about these idiots, but we're going to move back on to some other things. But after this live, there will be zero question about the video title. Are mods intentionally dividing the community? I think that we can safely answer that question. Not necessarily ANCA showing up here to do the dirt and to do the bidding, but her little lady mob, the little lady mob over here. You can see it on the screen for yourself. I don't need to say any more about ANCA or about her little lady mob or about the ballless fucking creators who allow this to be their platform. There's Bad Goy Fleet. This is bizarre. There's her pound of flesh. She had to give her pound of flesh, but didn't want to say anything too offensive. Same thing with Lance, and Undebunked was the only one smart enough to not show up and say anything at all. Same as Heather. You haven't heard Heather brought up in my videos because she was actually smart enough to fuck off because she knows that she's wrong. Savage, I don't know what your problem is, bro. You tried to play like you're not part of the group, and now you're defending ANCA harder than anybody, bro. Bro. I'm just saying. You guys look dumb for doing this. I didn't expect anybody to show up because you guys got clowned for showing up here last time. But I'm going to re-air it out. Anna Moosey, this is so stupid. We know what camp you're in. Never said or done anything to you. But you're here to defend ANCA, who everyone has admitted is wrong. So now we can change the title without getting sued. Here we go. Lance just says, I'm in the thumbnail too. LOL. Cool. See, very mild. The actual creators are very mild. It's the little ANCA's little Nazi. I didn't mean that. I don't know why that came out so easily, but I take that back. I retract that last statement. I did not mean to say Nazi because I'm not. I don't need to. I don't need to like amplify it. What you guys are doing on its face, on its own, is wrong. So this is the last video we're going to make about it. They've got their pound of flesh. They are clearly infiltrating channels. It's not, guys, it's not that difficult to moderate. It's not that hard. I'll get back to the chat over here momentarily. I know we got some activity over there, but I just need to get this out of the way so that we don't have to come back to it. This is the behavior that I called out in my first video. We've had a second live addressing this shit, and you guys show up and literally do the same thing that I called out. Never done anything to any of you folks except for call out that your mod and the little apparatus around him is a fucking problem. But here you guys are on my channel. I would never do this to one of you guys. I would never do this to one of you guys. Never have. I've never said anything negative on anyone's channel. But I do appreciate you guys showing up to do this because now we can answer the question. You're here, Lance at the bottom. First off, fuck the community idea for a second. You're either in good standing with people or you aren't. You know how many people don't like me? It's most people who know about me. I don't know what that has to do with anything. You lost me on that one, dude. I want to understand, but you lost me on that. I don't know what that has to do with the rest of this nonsense, but get your camp under control. You shouldn't, like, if you're not cool with someone, then just part ways. But you can't say that you're cool with someone and then have the people in your camp attacking that person while you sit back and do nothing. That's not how it actually works. So that's confusing, but anyway, we're not gonna we're gonna move on from this. This was Mark at first before I posted that I was wrong. Mark was saying he's got friends in low places. I found that to be a little bit alarming, but I'm not a little bitch ass, so I posted I was wrong because I was wrong about what's her name? Am I really drawing a blank like that? You know, the Daisy. I don't know why I drew a blank there, but these are the folks that liked Mark's comment that he's got folks in low places. There's Quite Actually. There's Animusi. There's Jump In, Stay a While, Little Sis. So I'm just saying these people have also infested Mark Herman's apparatus. I didn't know what he meant by that comment. Like he says later, I've never said anything negative about Mr. Mark Herman except for the fact that he has these folks in his apparatus. We looked at this earlier from Melanistic. We looked at this earlier from Daisy. What do we got? Is this the video? So anyways, you guys get the idea. It is a little bit retarded to not understand at this point. Let me go over to the chat. I think I have a chat pulled up for once. I think I figured out how to do it. Let's see. What's most recent? Where are we at? We got Melanistic. I know she couldn't stick around for... Hello, new viewers. What else? What did I miss? Give me something at the bottom of the chat that I need to go. KK Spicy Mama. Jesus. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is cool that it's not like all chaotic like it was on the last one. That was just unfortunate. I would never do that on someone else's channel. I don't know why. Here we go. Melanistic. Shout out to Joey. Is there anything that I can do? Channel. Go to... Put user in timeout. No, we don't want to do that. But yeah, we want to put this issue to bed. You know what I mean? I don't enjoy it. I'm off of Discord. I don't enjoy the drama. I didn't bring the drama on myself. It just was presented to me. But read the title, read the room. Call off your dogs. Back to my original mission. These contributors seem to be contributing anything. Oh, they don't seem to be contributing anything positive or helpful with regards to who killed Charlie Kirk, in my opinion. I thought that was the initial mission. Hostile entity, too dumb to recognize. They're showing the exact behavior that I called out. What is there to discuss? Where is ANCA? She's got her worker bees. B does not stand for the type with wings. Yes, I was inferring little worker bitches. And I didn't say I can't be cool with y'all. She did. She said that I cannot be cool with y'all unless I go and glaze her. And I got nothing against you guys. I just don't have that gene. I don't have that reflex. I can't. How I know all of the players, because you guys all outed all of yourselves. It was pretty dumb strategically. Look at how many people came to my channel to defend ANCA, who is supposedly just a moderator on a couple people's channels. I didn't know that she was some overlord. I mean, it's going to be difficult to make the statement that she's not more than just a mod after all of this. And with her little avatar there, and with her on voice message saying that she runs the whole thing, and now with her being all of your guys' mod, it's kind of hard to say otherwise. I opened the phone lines for you guys to call in and speak your piece. Shouldn't be in the chat attacking people. Not gonna kiss the ring. My sis can be cool. Yeah, they were all attacking my little sister in the Discord. She's never done or said anything to any of you cunts. But you guys are a hostile entity, so they were all here squirming, trying to save themselves, their reputation. But if you look at my comments, you know what I mean. I'm not the only one that's aware of this. This behavior. This is the result of y'all's toxicity. Sorry for having eyes and pointing it out. Too dumb to recognize you're part of an operation. I don't know. I mean, either you know you're part of an operation or you're too dumb to know that you're a part of an operation. Either event is unfortunate. Nobody is defending the creators, just the mod. LOL. That's kind of weird. I found that weird. Whitney was smart enough to fuck off or just change her handle, which I wouldn't, neither surprises me. ANCA has a battery in y'all's back. I mean, truer words. Gentrified ninjas. All right, yeah, we are genuinely moving on from our mods dividing the community, because we have answered the question. They absolutely, or not they, at least, anyway, we're smart. We don't have to spell it out for you folks. So there's the live chat. You blocked Mark, man. Don't block Mark. Mark Herman is blocked for how long? Unblock Mark, kitten. How dare you? Yeah, no, we're welcome. You're welcome to say your piece, but then don't cry when I call it out. We don't block people. We're not some bitch ass ninjas over here. I mean, but you are the moderator if you were too busy to deal with it. But we'll talk about it later. We'll talk about Mark later, off the record. I do have some more stuff for you guys. Hold up. Wait a minute. What is this? Can you guys hear everything?
To restrict drinking and driving here is viewed by some as downright undemocratic.
It's kind of getting common is when a fella can't put in a hard day's work, put in 11, 12 hours a day, and then get in your truck and at least drink 1 or 2 beers.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. You have to wear a seatbelt when you're driving. And pretty soon we're going to be a communist country.
Man, were they right, huh? I think that was in the 1980s. Pretty soon we're going to be a communist country. Look at how far we've come. I think I got one other thing to share with you. Oh, fuck. Did I just close it? I think I just closed it. What was it? Video clips. Oh, yeah. I was going to start adding this shit to some of my videos because I'm going to go back to making my videos, but like move forward with what I was doing. And I love these little like meme clips that I can like insert into some of my videos. Sometimes I think it's corny as fuck when people like have too much of this in their videos, but some of it is pretty funny.
Armed men who come in to take the protesters away. Where are they? This kind of behavior is never tolerated in Boracua. You shout like that, they put you in jail.
Straight to jail.
Right away. No trial, no nothing. Journalists, we have a special jail for journalists.
That's funny.
You're
Journalists.
stealing, right to jail. You're
Right
playing
to
music
jail.
too loud, right to jail.
How
right
is
away.
the volume?
You're driving too fast, jail. Slow, jail.
How's the
You're
volume
charging
on
too
the
high
clips?
prices for sweaters, glasses. You right to jail. You undercook fish, believe it or not, jail. You overcook chicken, also jail. Undercook, overcook. You make an appointment with the dentist and you don't show up,
we know.
believe it or not, jail, right away. We have the best patients in the world.
I actually expected more people to be here because none of them actually go outside, so I figured they'd be on YouTube. But I'm cool with 7. That's better than 2 or 17 just because they're trying to defend some ridiculously defend. But anyway, we're beyond that.
Yeah.
We're gonna go back to. I do have some updates regarding the Lego fiasco. That's what I've been having playing in the background is the Star Wars Lego movie. Because I have been looking into what is going on in Utah. I did start setting up a show about that leading back to the Charlie Kirk investigation. Oh, I do have something here for you guys. Where is it? Boom. Check it out. We got our buddy. Where are we in my notes? I've been meaning to tell y'all, but I've been tied up dealing with these, ridiculous people in people's chats acting like a little mob. We're moving on from that. I have been meaning to tell you guys, I would have been told you like a month ago that you didn't know this, but Officer Tatum is my daddy. You heard here first. Officer Tatum is my biological dad, and you are hearing here first that I am the spawn of the Officer Tatum. I have a couple clips here from my dad, and then we're going to get into a little beef that I got with Coach Colin for making fun of my dad, constantly making fun of my dad. I'm not extremely excited about what road we have to go down here, but Officer Tatum is a gentrified Negro, and I will have no more disrespect of my dad. Okay, but check it out.
About this story, Brandon, because I told you guys from the very beginning, I have to be the whisperer. Because he
said he's the nigga whisperer.
Now we've seen all this controversy that's going out in the media when.
Hold on, we got to go back. I don't know if you guys caught that, but my dad just said that he's the ninja whisperer. Let's go back and see if we catch the whole thing. Oh, I went too far. Hold on. Where are we? 104, 10. Yeah. My dad just said that he's the ninja whisperer. Check it out.
About this story, Brandon, because I told you guys from the very beginning, I have to be the whisperer. Because I feel like people are not going to ever keep it real. Now, we've seen all this controversy that's going out in the media when Carmelo Anthony came out, and all these black folks are crying about Carmelo Anthony. Even though he killed somebody, even though he was wrong, they crying about him, getting 35 years in prison. But let me find Benjamin Crump or anybody crying about this situation. Pull it up. Let me see.
All right, let me
do
pull
your
it up.
research and tell me.
I'm gonna do my research. That's my pop. That's my dad, the Officer Tatum. If you got beef with Tatum, you got beef with me. We are going to jump to 4 minutes in the video. I think my dad has something important to say.
but him putting himself in a position because mom and them don't raise their kids
Mom and
right.
them.
Because if you look at this video, and I don't even remember, I could be wrong. I don't think daddy on this video one time.
No daddy.
These boys ain't got no daddies.
I got
Either
one.
Their daddy is terrible, or they grandma and them raising them.
Yeah.
And what these women do,
Thank
they
God
make
I had
excuses for the 12-year-old
Daddy
boy.
Tatum.
When he was 3 years old, 4, 5, 6, 7, they raise him to just do crazy stuff, and then he ends up jumping some nut job and getting in on it and think it's funny, and then this fool ends up firing blindly and killing this 12-year-old.
And that's why I turned out so well, because I was raised right by the Officer Tatum. I was raised right. Okay? These boys ain't got no daddies. Where are they daddies? We're going to jump to 6.5. I'll never do this live, man. I don't like jumping through the videos live.
That's what I want to know. Nobody can answer that for me.
Emotions still raw
Time out. I
as
can
they
answer
remember
Grandma.
more.
Grandma.
Uh-oh.
Granny.
Tatum got her the answers.
Big mama.
Mama!
Let me answer for you. Why did he bring a gun?
Melanistic.
Because your grandson and these
Hold
other kids.
Hold up. I'll rewind it, but I got to put Melanistic on the screen. She said, Mama! Mama! Mama, they out here doing this stuff again. I don't even try because Coach Colin does such an amazing job of doing his Officer Tatum impression that I'm not the comedian. I'm the serious guy, unfortunately. Coach Colin, he is the comedian. So I'm not even going to try to do a Tatum impression. I'm not going to do an impression of my dad. I just have to defend my daddy Tatum at all costs. So if you got to tell Coach Collins that we got smoke if he keeps it up talking about my daddy, then it is what it is. It is what it is. Let me run this back. This was at 6:28 because this is a serious clip right here. Oh no, we're not going all the way back there.
Grandma.
There
Granny.
it is. Granny.
Big mama. Let me answer for you. Why did he bring a gun? Because your grandson and these other kids jumped him. You got to be afraid of getting jumped and potentially killed. That's why he had a gun. To be quite honest, I don't know if he threatened them with the gun. That's why they stopped jumping him, because they were kicking him in the head and everything. That's why he got a gun. This room is full of women. Do you notice that? Full of women. Where are the men at in the community?
7:45.
They ain't there. That's why these kids are out of control.
30 seconds.
The one shooting and the one getting shot, and all the other kids jumping him. All of them kids could have lost their entire life if that young man would have died.
That's right. Because where are they daddies? In the wise words of my daddy, Officer Tatum. I got a note down here. Shout out to Lance. Lance, man, they got some issues in their camp they need to address. You can't just have people in your camp running around doing all this stuff. Doing all this stuff, as Tatum would say. Watch it now, watch it later. You can't have people in your camp running around doing all this stuff. I would not have that. I'd be like, yo, I'm cool with those people. Y'all got to knock all that stuff out. Not make me kiss the ring. That is the most insane shit. I'm telling you guys, I think that's all I got for you guys today. It is a holiday. Happy 4th of July weekend. Let me just make sure I don't have anything else down here that's going to make me say, shit, man, we have to do another video. We got to do another video. Shout out to Daisy. We corrected that mistake. Video clips. Let me just make sure, because I'm telling you, I do not want to have to come back to this, man. I shouldn't have had to for the last 2 months deal with your moderator, whoever's moderator, and all of their little, little lady mob running around the channels having to defend themselves and kiss the ring from your little mob. Just get out of here with all that stuff. Who the fuck do you think you are? No. Get your people under control. That's crazy. How about if you want me in your camp, get your fucking camp under control. How about that? That makes way more sense than me kissing some moderator's ass. How about get your camp under control and then talk to me? That seems way more likely, because Joey Meatball is not the guy that is going to go around kissing rings and kissing ass and sucking dicks and all of that. And part of me, my nieces that are listening, but I'm sorry, you got to hear it from somebody. That's not how we operate in this family. That is not how we operate in this family. Okay? That's not how we do it in this house. What else do I have for you guys? I don't like the dead air time. Let me see. Hoodwinked. We could play it out with Hoodwinked if it's still up there. I always forget and shut it off. Oh, hold up. Hold up. I almost forgot. Man, okay. This is the Coach Colin. I think he's making fun of my daddy.
I'm becoming Officer Tatum.
Hell no.
The more I do the
hell
Officer Tatum,
no.
the more I become him. Y'all should be grateful. Y'all should be grateful that them Philadelphians want to run this government over here. Y'all should be grateful for that type of thing.
Y'all believe this stuff?
I think it's the best thing.
He out here doing this stuff.
A nigga like myself knows his place. One day he'll see this and be like, this so stupid. This so stupid. I don't even talk like that. And I don't never call out to my mama. I ain't never called out to my mama.
See, he does. I'm already starting to sound like this dumbass. He does a way better job than I could ever do of my dad's impersonation. So we're gonna let Coach Colin handle that. If y'all want to see epic impressions of my dad, the coach, the Officer Tatum, go check out Coach Colin, because he makes fun of my dad more than anybody.
One time on the show, what's he talking about? For sure. One day he's going to see. You can only ignore it for so long. Eventually, you're going to have to confront this. I ain't never brought up my mama.
Don't worry about it, Niecy.
One time.
I'm here to teach the lessons.
One time. I'll call out to my mama. But
you just tune in, you'll find out.
He's doing it all the time, like mama in the studio with me. Mama ain't in the studio with me.
Ask your mama.
Hand the camera over. Look. Mama ain't over there.
I might have had to put hands to your mama ass when she was a little one. I changed your mama's diapers.
Yeah. And then in a year he becomes me. You know, and that's it. He puts on a hat. I take off my hat. You know?
All right.
He gets rid of his tattoos that are written in Philadelphian. I get tattoos.
Shout out to Coach Colin. Shout out to everybody who is still working on the Charlie Kirk investigation. Who killed Charlie, how, and why. That is why we're here. That is what we were doing. Anyone who is not interested in that, this is not the channel for you. We're going to get back on track and not dealing with the drama in the comments section. But it was fun while it lasted, though, but we're going to move on from it. So from this point forward, I don't take any of it back. I actually have reinforced, doubled down, tripled down on our mods, namely, quite actually, the moderator known as @QuiteActually, who is the moderator for several channels, small channels that are growing. Keep an eye out for the people in her camp, because they are nothing but trouble. All right, you heard here first. Joey Meatball was the first to tell you to watch out for these people. They're nothing but trouble. All right, anybody who's got a problem with that, I'm sorry. Get rid of those people in your camp. All right, it's not that difficult. But anyway, I am going to sign off on this one. Any of the videos that I played, if I can, the links will... Oh, wrong camera. You almost screwed it up, Joey. If I can, The links will be in the description. I'll catch you on the next one.